accountant that I had, was not real flash. It just got to a point. And what he was doing, wasn't it? It was just, there was no, he was just basically taking the money and not giving much back. Neil has a very different approach to what the other guy has. Neil's obviously got a good grasp on your accountancy base, your meat and potatoes as well to start off with.
We had a couple of initial meetings, didn't we? And then when we finally came in and I sat behind the desk with Donna and started looking at some of the figures, I went from that day till the day where we actually had our first formal meeting with Pat and said, okay, we need to really change things. It was 2.5 weeks from, oh my gosh, this is what we've got. We've now got a new client. Let's go and find out what's happening here and what the client needs as opposed to what's been given in the past, and then from a case of, okay, we have another need now that's way more pressing and we need to do some serious addressing issues. Because
the way I probably look at business now is totally different to when I did 18 months, 2 years ago. I was sort of very, just cruise along, whatever, she'll be right, mate, sort of thing. Yeah. But now,
because at the time we were doing the reconstruction of the business, we had to do some re-engineering and work out, okay, well, it's all well and good drawing a line in the sand and turning the business into something it's going to be, but we actually have to go back and address some of those issues that are causing us grief. And perhaps playing in the wrong market was one of it, not a huge part of it. Certainly the level of commitments was one, and we've rejigged a few of those and focused on removing those. And the idea, I think, commitments were running at about 750 grand a year, lease commitments. Yeah. And they're 12 months down the track, they're 200? Maybe we've knocked $500,000 out, without losing assets or anything like that. So there's a lot of been rejigging, and by the end of Christmas, there'll be even less again.
It's easy to walk away and just go hands in the air, enough's enough. And there was times where it was just like, this is all too hard, wasn't it?
Oh, look, I think if we had this conversation and John asked you the question, can you see the light sort of effectively a few minutes ago? If we asked that question 12 months ago, it would be it was really hard. But the re-engineering the business, we've done payroll tax reviews, we've done work cover reviews. We were talking yesterday, the payroll tax review, by changing the way we use staff, by the way we use subcontractors. Last year this bill was running about $37,000, this year's down to 12. And we've got exactly the same labour component that we have in-house. We're just being more judicious about how we are using subcontractors, who we are using on subcontractors. We're spending a lot more time with the girls on the definition of the product, so that we're not paying too much, whereas we were before. That just wasn't being done properly. It started in about 2008 because the set of books that you bought another business based on were prepared by the same mob, and they were just in a disaster, and you had no idea what you bought.
No.
And that was never discussed. And now if I said to you, Laura, let's talk about buying a new business, because you're in the financial state that you can actually go and borrow money and do that. The questions that you would ask and the sort of things that you would raise would be so different. It wouldn't be about what it says. Okay, what's the risks? What's going to go wrong? Let's work from the what's going to go wrong rather than okay, we're looking at this, so it must be probably going to work. What can go wrong? How can we put fences around it? What can we cover off? Just a whole different kind of concept rather than it's a good idea, let's do it.
It's more the hands-on side of things that Neil gets involved with too, which is good. It's not just he's happy if he has to come out to your premises and visit you or whatever. It's not a drama. It's not, and I can always ring him and he'll answer the phone.
Your figures are absolutely up to date as can be expected. Everything's reconciled within 4 or 5 days at the end of the month. We know what the bank accounts are reconciled. Everything's okay. So now you can look at the figures with confidence and say, that's what we owe, that's what people owe us, here's how much the liabilities actually are. Good. We can do that little snapshot report that says...
So you've got real numbers.
Yeah, we've got real numbers. Yeah, we can say, okay, here's the net assets position's positive, beautiful, move on. For the last 12, 18 months, we've been working on the business plan, on its wealth preservation plan, really. We actually have to do that for you now, for Laurie and the family, is to say, okay, well, here's your wealth creation plan, of which the business is one part. We will do the super and the insurances and all those things that you need, and because none of those have been reviewed, because we just haven't got to that part yet. So now that's the next step, is to say, right, let's just go through your world like a bit of a dose of salt and say, okay, what needs to happen there?
The 18 months of this journey is probably more I've learned in 18 months than the 20 odd years of free rolling.
Yeah.
The business,